What's up? It's your girl One Promise. I actually have a few thoughts on the whole Tasha Cobbs and Nicki Minaj. But before we get into that, since you're here, go ahead and drop a comment, drop a like, and subscribe. So let's just get into it. When I first heard this song, I won't lie, and I pray to God that nobody will get offended by this, and everybody just understand that everyone has their own opinion about everything. But when I first heard it, I honestly got mad, and I started thinking, well, why are these Christian artists doing stuff with worldly artists? Like, they can drop a verse on your song and then go live how they were living before and go do their concerts the way they were doing it. But then I thought about it and I was like, wait, you have to remember that you did stuff that wasn't pleasing to God, and now you rap, Christian music, and you pretty much listen to just Christian music with an occasional worldly song. It's not often, but you got to realize that no one is perfect. We all did our dirt. We all did something that wasn't pleasing to God. So you can't judge this Christian artist who want to put a song out with a worldly artist, and it's almost like a business thing. Like, okay, she know that there are more people, like, let's just be honest and say that there are more people that will listen to worldly music over Christian music. And so it's like, okay, hey, how about I put a worldly artist on one of my songs so that crowd can start listening to like my songs, or start hearing God speak to them and want to hear more. Be like, oh, okay, if Nicki Minaj can get on a song like this, then maybe I can start listening to this kind of music. We know our God. We already know that once you plant that seed, he'll start watering it, and he'll put the sunlight on it, and he'll make it grow. So we already know the power. The people that's really into Christ, that really gave their life to Christ, like, we already know the works of God. And so, yes, I was mad at first, but you have to understand that, yes, we have to separate ourselves from things that aren't pleasing to God, but we can't push ourselves so far back that all of a sudden Christians are here and worldly people are down here. It's not that at all. We have to remember that we were once doing things that was not pleasing to God. In situations like that, we have to humble ourselves and just kind of think about it. I believe that is not just for money or for just new listeners. It's obviously something that God put on her heart to do, so we can grab more people that's out there in the world that don't ever want to listen to gospel music, that don't want to step a foot in church, that don't want to hear anything from God. You have to understand that there are people in this world like Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Drake, and all of them. They have people that follow them, like die hard follow them. And whatever they do, somebody else their fans will look at them and be like, oh, I want to do this since they're doing that. So with that type of mindset, you just never know. God can plant that. That's how we plant that seed, just from one verse from a worldly artist on a Christian song. You have to listen to the whole song to get to the worldly artist verse. So you never know, man. It may not be for everybody, but somebody will listen to that song and be like, okay, I kind of hear what Tasha's saying. I hear what Lecrae is saying. Like, and playing it not just on Christian stations, but also playing it in places that you wouldn't even hear Christian music, to be able to grab the worldly people. So we just got to keep in mind that God will work, and he will work in every way that we probably wouldn't even think of, or probably in any way that we don't even want to think about. So yes, at first, honestly, when I first heard it, I was mad, and I was like, oh, we don't need to be mixing in with these people. But these people were us at a point. We just did things that did not please God. So we have to keep that in mind. Just always remember that you were once at a place that God did not like. And we probably still do things that God don't like. It's just the honest truth. So we can't be judgmental. We can't criticize people for their business decisions, and also for something that God put on their heart. We can't stop what God have his hand in. So that's my honest opinion about it. I had to, you always can't go with your first mind, because sometimes that first mind is not always right. Because sometimes the first mind is the judgmental mind. Like, that is the most harshest decisions that you can make. Sometimes your first thought into a situation isn't always the best one. Sometimes some things you have to kind of think about it for a while before you do it. You have to make a smart decision, and it was one. This was a smart decision to do. So because we are fishermen, we are fishermen for Christ. We can't just keep searching in the pool of people that's already saved. We have to go out and get people that's not saved. What's the point of me saving you when you're already saved? Who did I save? No one. So that was my opinion on it. I love Tasha Cobbs. Honestly, I used to listen to Nicki Minaj and swore on everything that no one could top her. She is like the dopest um female rapper, and honestly she is. She is like off the chain. Like, she is dope. And so, I will never doubt somebody's success and what they do, and the things that God has given them, especially their gifts, because it's handcrafted and made by God for you. But that's my opinion on it. That's pretty much all I can say about it, and I hope I didn't offend anybody, and I pray that it was God that was speaking through me through every word that I spoke. And look, when life gives you lemons, throw the lemons back at the situation, knock the situation out, keep pushing forward, because we are greater than everything that we go through, and everything that we go through is temporary. It does not last. I promise you, it don't last. So I hope you enjoyed the video. See you at the next one.